happy Monday. Happy birthday to Girls Night Live. Hasn't this just been like an amazing year with them and getting to know women like across the world, across the country? I recognize some of these names and faces, and it's just been so much fun. So we will have we'll kind of talk about some of our experiences. Hello, hello. I see more people popping in. It is 5 o'clock somewhere. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere. You guys, I'm from Napa originally. Okay, so wine country. So you kind of grow up drinking wine and then moved to Reno, lived in Reno for 30 years. And Reno is just kind of like a day drinking kind of town. So it's not an issue for me to do this. This actually is like going to be a great Monday for me. So yay. Hello, hello, everybody. Parents in Sonoma. Okay, you're in Ventura now. I love that. So I'd love to hear where everybody's from. Can you guys put in the chat? I think that's really fun to hear where we're all coming from. So just maybe just put where you're from so we can see. You can tell it is actually a pretty nice day here. Yay, spring. I'm so excited for spring, but it's a nice day here, a little chilly. I know people get mad at me when I whine about that because I'm in San Diego, but it is chilly. Hey, we got somebody in Miami, Florida. It's warm in Miami, isn't it? Doesn't a beach vacation just sound amazing? So we are going to celebrate Girls Night Live with some fun cocktails. And I wanted to start by sharing with you guys a little bit about me and how I got connected with Girls Night. So I'm Misha Casa Grande. As she said, I've been a wardrobe consultant for over 20 years. I am a very passionate woman who loves to help other women feel good. So everything that I do is meant to help inspire you to feel confident about you, right? I love when I see women who are just in love with themselves and feeling good and I love feeling that way too, right? It's not easy to always feel that way. So I love when we're connected to other women who want to inspire and lift us up. Hold on, I have Jacksonville, Chile here at 56, Georgia, Brazil. We have Brazil on here. Pennsylvania, Manitoba. Where's that? I don't know where that is. The dirty South. That's fun. Where's that? How fun, all of this. So we got people from all over the world. Totally fun. So Girls Night Live, this is kind of a funny story for me and like such a godsend because when COVID first started, right, we all freaked out and didn't know what was going to happen. And I love being around people. 90% of what I do is being around people. And I teach jazzercise. I actually own a jazzercise studio here in Encinitas, and we teach outside 7 days a week. Even when it's cold and it's raining, we're out there doing it. But I teach jazzercise, and I had this student who contacted me and she's like, you have got to touch base with this group. It's the coolest thing, Girls Night Live. You got to check it out. I think they're just starting, they're doing these fun things. So I went on and I applied and I've done some wardrobe presentations. I don't know if all of you have seen one of those wardrobe presentations. Like I said, a few of you look familiar, so I know that you've been there. And I was so excited, and I get on the phone with the woman who who was my connection there, Peg, and literally, it is my student's best friend. They had no idea that that's who was involved in this. So it was like this totally small world moment of like, okay, across the country, we're here in San Diego. She's hooking me up with this, not even realizing it's hooking me up with her best friend. And so it's become just totally this fun sisterhood, right? So have you made some friends on here? I think it's kind of fun to see the same faces, right? And be like, woohoo, we're learning the same things together. We're getting inspired together. And wouldn't it be fun someday if we could have a Girls Night Live, like in person somewhere and all meet up, right? That could be like the whole goal. All right, so Manitoba is center of Canada, just north of the Dakotas. Look at that, we're from all over. So who's thirsty? Me. Are you ready? Is anybody having a cocktail right now? Or are y'all just waiting? So we have you muted right now. I'm going to kind of start things. If you have questions, put them in the chat. And then if we have time, I might bring a few of you on because I want to hear if you have some as well. So you can click in the chat. It's the recipes for the 3 cocktails that I'm going to make for you. And these are 3 fun ones. They're really super easy, but a lot of fun to make. I did pre-make some of the parts to it, just to make it somewhat easy on myself. So, who likes gin? I think we're gonna start. You know what? I think we're gonna start with vodka first. I take that back. We're gonna do a Moscow Mule. Does everybody like a Moscow Mule? We're gonna make it with champagne though. So really, the only difference in this Moscow Mule is we are going to top it with some champagne. I don't like super sweet, but I'm also not really like a hard liquor drinker, right? I like wines. I don't like sweet wines. I love my champagnes, but I like them really dry. And so, let's see. Oh, how funny. $3 Madness margaritas. Hey, I make Isharitas too, and I didn't even put that on here, but I make my margaritas with vodka instead of tequila. So everything else the same, but you use vodka instead of tequila. So what I'm gonna do is mix this little Moscow Mule, and I'm gonna top it with a little champagne because ginger beer, so you can use ginger alcohol, ginger flavored alcohol, which actually I probably would have preferred, but I couldn't find it. And I'm kind of one of those, like if I don't have it, I'm gonna find something to replace it. So what I'm gonna do is just use a little bit of this. So really, if you've had a Moscow Mule before, and I'm just using these little glasses because if I use anything bigger, I'm gonna be in really rough shape at the end of this, right? So you just take your vodka, and I have my little shot glasses here. This one I'm just gonna do in this cup. I'm just gonna do 1 ounce here. I'm gonna open up my ginger beer, and this one's really good. If you guys have not tried it, it's really good. It's called Spectacular Ginger Beer, and 80 calories in this whole can. Does everybody else look at that too? Or are you like, oh, COVID's not my friend? But there's a lot of sugar in it. So for that reason, I'm just gonna use a little bit. I'm gonna top just a little splash. And then I'm gonna add my lime. I'm just gonna squeeze it in. My other juices I did get out. Is anybody making this with me? Did you get stuff in advance? And I'm gonna stir this so that I get those kind of stirred up together. And then I'm gonna top it with some champagne, just a little splash, and throw some mint on top, right? So I have everything in here, and it's just this simple little fun, but I love that the champagne makes it just a little bit more feminine, right, than the Moscow Mule. And I don't have the copper mug, so I'm just gonna have it in this. And it's so, so good because it takes away some of the sweetness, but you still get that ginger. I don't know what was in there. All right, so yay, there's one. Is anybody drinking with me right now? We're emailing recipes too. I'm just gonna look here. Love champagne, me too. Prosecco could totally do if you don't have the champagne. It doesn't have to be champagne. And I think it kind of comes down to your personal taste as well. Like I said, I don't like super sweet. I just don't. But if you like sweet, you might want to top it with a little bit of sweet. That might be really nice for you. I just came back. We needed just a getaway, a change of scenery. And we went to Paso Robles. Has anybody been there before? I'm from Napa. So I was like, Napa's wine country, kind of that wine snob thing that Napa people get. And so we went to Paso Robles, which is here in kind of in between Southern and Northern California, kind of right in the middle. It is the most beautiful wine country. I'm ready to move there, you guys. I want to buy a giant barn. We stayed in this barn that had doors that opened up and overlooked everything. And you just go around to all the wineries. They're all farmers, so it's all the owners of the people there. I bought so many great wines, and some of them I even have here to share with you today. So I'm super excited. But it was kind of a fun adventure to try something totally new and be able to find new wines that I really liked. And I'm actually using it for the rosé. So that was the Moscow Mule with champagne. Super easy, right? And just something that's light. It's not super heavy. So this is one of my favorites right now. And I'm not really a gin drinker, but look at how beautiful this gin is. So it is a lavender gin that we were able to find. It's Empress, and it's a little bit on the pricier side. I think this bottle was just under $40. So a little bit pricier than what I would normally spend on it, but it is kind of fun for this drink since it's the lavender drink and it gives you the purple. So I am going to use a cocktail shaker. I'm going to put some ice in it. And what you use, I'm going to do, so 2 ounces of the gin. So look at the color of this. It's funny. You can't tell, is it lavender or blue? Can you see that? Can you all see that? It's kind of fun though. And you can smell the lavender in it. So it's definitely infused with lavender. So I'm gonna put that in there. And then I made, and in the recipe it has it, but I made the kind of simple syrup almost. And all that's in the simple syrup is lavender, honey, and water. So I had ordered actual lavender, crushed lavender from, I don't know, some grocery place, and it didn't come. So I cheated a little bit today. It didn't come in time, so I used some lavender essential oil because these are safe to ingest. But realistically, you would take the honey. It's 1/8 of a cup of water, 1/4 of a cup honey, so quite a bit of honey, right? So I actually, again, I told you I don't like super sweet, so I have a little bit less than that. And if I would have had that, the lavender, I would have just cooked it for a little while, maybe 10 minutes, let it simmer on the stove, let it cool down, and then you're going to strain it. And you want to let it sit for at least half an hour so that it can cool down and get room temperature and just kind of settle in those flavors. This worked well. I kind of miss having the actual lavender because it's really pretty to put it on top, but this worked well. So if you have to add lid, then you can do that. So this syrup, it's not even really syrupy, but it is this, this mixture of honey, water. So this one I'm going to do 1 ounce. So the honey, water, and then the essential oil, 1 ounce of that. And then I had lemons. We are lucky here because we can pull them right off the tree. So I'm going to do about 3/4 here. And then I'm going to chop this right here. And I love, you guys, so I do cooking classes. I am a wardrobe consultant, but everything that I do is fashion, food, fitness space. So fashion is totally about how you feel. It doesn't really matter what you're wearing. It's how you feel about yourself. And girls, it felt so good to get dressed up today for this and like put on a dress. I was so excited to like have something to do. I put it on. I even got ready early this morning. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to be dressed all day. This is going to be so fun. The food side, I love to eat. I actually do some cooking classes online with some of my members, and I just love it. I just love cooking. I'm actually a vegetarian, but I love to get creative. I'm not somebody that likes to eat the same thing all the time. I like to cook. I really do like to cook. The fitness side, I am jazzercise, and then the faith side, I'm a Christian, but I just love having that spiritual connection with everybody. So I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to show you how pretty it is. Do you love a good shaker? All right. So super, super easy. And look at how beautiful that is. Isn't it so pretty? Let me taste. Oh, so good. I promise you it's worth it buying this lavender gin. It's such a sweet treat. And it just feels so feminine and girly. And it tastes so good. So if I would have had the lavender, I would have sprinkled just a little bit of the lavender on top, right? Just a teeny bit. You could put a sugar rim on this if you wanted to, but again, I'm not really into the sugar there. How's everybody doing? Just in time for Easter. I didn't even think about that. This is gonna look like an Easter egg basket when I'm done with it because all three are totally different colors. We have Santa Cruz on here. Yes, Paso Robles. Somebody had been there. Just in time for Easter. Now y'all know what you're drinking at Easter. Okay, so that one was super fun. So now, has anybody had a frosé before? They're so good. But they make you think summer, right? I was a little iffy if I was actually gonna do that. But I love this. And then I got this bottle of, look how pretty this bottle is. I got this from one of the wineries when I was in Paso Robles. So I thought, oh, this will be fun to do. So I made a simple syrup, a strawberry simple syrup. So I took 1.5 cups of strawberries. I know it's on the thing, equal parts sugar and water. So there's a lot of sugar in this. But basically you just cook it on the stove for about 10 minutes, let it simmer, bring it to a boil, then let it simmer, and then strain those strawberries right out, and then just stick it in the fridge and let it cool down a little bit. And then you have this, and it'll last for a while. And I love using these jars, because you can put the lid on, everything can stack up, they're sealed tight, so they keep your food great. So like I don't even use Tupperware, we just use jars for everything. And I love to use these individual size jars. So I'm gonna need the blender for this one. So I'm gonna move this over here. And it'll get loud for a minute. I live in this little beach house that has like this tiny little kitchen, and it has original 1950s windows, and we're close to the beach. And like half the time you wake up in the morning and it feels like you're camping in a tent because it's so wet inside the house. So it's always funny to me when I'm looking out, and there's no surfers out there today, so that's good. All right, so I'm gonna put ice in here because we're making a frosé. So I'm just doing enough for a single serving. So I have ice in here. I'm gonna put just an ounce of, a little over an ounce of vodka. Which, does anybody keep their vodka in the freezer? I love it in the freezer. Do you? Yeah, so good. Okay. That was a big ounce, huh? See, I'm gonna have too much fun here this afternoon. Y'all might want to come. We might need to do an after party. What do we have on here? Annie from Facebook Live, yay. You know what? So she had a question, if you guys can see in the chat, about the essential oil. I actually added it in when it was boiling and let it kind of let it simmer in. The honey is so quick. And when I put the essential oil in, you only had to leave it on for a minute for it all to mix. If I would have had actual lavender to go into it, I would have wanted to cook it for like 10 minutes, just kind of simmer it before, but it tastes great with this for sure. Okay, so I am going to do that. I'm going to take an ounce of my simple syrup. A little more, I don't want to do too much. So again, this is great because I had some great strawberries, and you can put as much or as little sugar as you want, right? It kind of cooks down, so it just depends on your own flavoring here. So I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm going to put about half a cup of this. It's so easy, so easy. And I'm just going to blend this up. I don't want to like blare you all out. This might get loud for just a minute. Oh my gosh, did you hear that? This thing's so loud, it just kills me in here. Okay, look how pretty it is. This is like Easter basket. How fun is that? I didn't even plan that. See, and now I'm gonna be like, what am I gonna wear that's gonna coordinate with these drinks for Easter, right? So now I'm just gonna pour this in. And look how simple and easy and beautiful. And so yummy. Just tell you. All right, that one got me. I thought I was going to be more excited about the gin one. And I'm like, this one's really, really good, but that's a really, really good rosé. So again, it kind of comes down to how sweet do you like your drinks. So if you like super sweet, you are going to, want to have something sweeter. Can you see all three right now? You can see them. Is that so pretty? And these were all super easy to make. With somebody got a mango mojito. Ooh. Hold on. Got that. Yes. Okay, so I want to talk about some favorite cocktail recipes. My favorite cocktail, sangria and mojitos. Hey, pineapple and berries too. Here's the thing is you can like do these with anything. That's really what I love about fashion, even in food, cocktails, whatever it is. It's kind of like, I love to go read, get on Pinterest and read recipes. And then I like to create them my own way. Okay, because there might be one ingredient where I'm like, I don't really like that. And I'll find something else to go in it. And I love that. So a lot of times when I cook, I'll even just look in my fridge and be like, what do I have? And I'll go sit on Pinterest and I'll just put in, here's the ingredients I have. And then I'll get inspired by these fun creations. And that's kind of like how these drinks came to be. The lavender actually is a recipe from a website, which I'll actually post that link so that you guys can see it. I know that we posted it there, but this woman had some great recipes. So I'll post the link inside the Facebook Live, right? Because that'll stay up in there. And so I'll post it in there. But it's just fun. Like, you know, I am one of those, like, just throw a little of this, throw a little of that. It's kind of hard sometimes when I do the cooking classes, but I love being able to just make it your own, right? And then you can take ownership of it. And it's the same way with fashion. It's like you don't have to wear it the same way as the other person. You can have your own spin on it. So, yay. Ooh, Christine. Yes, I was talking about you earlier. So, Christine is on here, and she actually was the one I told this story, Christine, of how you got me involved and that it wound up being your best friend on the East Coast, which is so fun. And you should come over because I got a lot going on here. So, does anybody have a recipe that they want to share? I'd love to even just see a hands up, or you can unmute yourself because I would love to kind of let's inspire each other. Does anybody have one? Or are y'all being shy today? What's your favorite drink? I can only see two of you. Nobody else is on video today. No favorite drinks? All right. Well, you can put them in Manhattan. Woo, Manhattan. That's a bit out of my comfort zone, but my guy does like that. Do you make a good one, Irene? I'm trying to get you to talk to me. Do you make a good one? No. She likes to order them out, right? I love all those drinks that have the fancy ice cubes, right? That's sometimes so fun when you go to a bar and they each have their own. Oh, there's a Fianca, that's a fun name. Sex on the Beach. Yes, that is a very, very good cocktail. You know what's funny? That is like, if any of you have ever been to Italy, that is like the main drink in all the Italian bars. Like that is the thing that they literally have on the menu everywhere. In Northern Italy, when I was there, and it's so good. It is such a good one, for sure. But so you guys, you know, it's whiskey sour. And in the summer, a frozen whiskey sour? Because she says a whiskey sour and in the summer frozen. Now that sounds a little interesting, huh? Maybe you could blend up your Manhattan too. That could be kind of fun, right? Maybe I would like that. It's all sounding good. I'm an oddball. What kind of drink is good for beginners? Hey, you know what? Even some of these drinks that we did, you can make the frosé even without vodka in it. So if you didn't want to have so much alcohol in it, but you wanted to still have that soft pretty, you could just do it with the rosé wine and the simple syrup that we made. I think anytime you're using vodka is really an easy one if somebody is kind of new to drinking. And then gin is pretty easy too. There's some very easy ways to drink though, or easy flavor wise. So a lot of the clear liquors are easier to drink than some of the heavier ones. Any good recipes using elderflower? So yes, and there actually is, gosh, and I almost made one. I'm trying to think of which one it was. I think the Moscow Mule, I think, and I may post this in the Facebook group too. If I remember correctly, I think pretty much the same recipe as the Moscow Mule. You use elderflower, and I don't know, I'm gonna have to look, but I will get back to you because it is so good. Has anybody had elderflower before? It's kind of sweet, but it's really good. It's really nice with Prosecco. It's a perfect pairing with Prosecco. And again, Shelly just posted again the recipes there. So again, these are super easy. It is a frozen. So Kathleen says for whiskey sour, she does it frozen using a can of frozen lemonade. Brilliant. Brilliant. I love it. So brilliant. So do you guys have any questions for me on this? I just love this Girls Night Live, and I'm so excited for them. You know, I have gotten to know if you knew the behind the scenes and how hard these ladies work to make this community. I mean, I have literally fallen in love with these ladies, and I cannot wait for the day that I'm going to get to meet them, because I'll tell you, as soon as we're all vaccinated and we can travel again, I'm coming to Philly. I'm coming to see everybody. So, because it's just been this amazing experience. And here's the thing, girls, we need this, right? This is probably one of the connectors that we've had with everybody, right? Is being able to be here and meet new faces. And maybe even if you've never even talked on camera, it's still, there is something that is just so amazing and fabulous about seeing the same faces and the same names and just knowing, hey, we haven't gone through this alone, right? We're in this together. We're supporting each other. So amazing that they came up with this idea and really fun to see what's going to happen with it. You know, we have this whole new life now. And, you know, I'm excited because I think a lot of things are, we're going to perfect things and we're also going to choose to spend our time wiser. That's one of the things that I've learned. I don't want to be so busy and over the top anymore. I don't want to waste time doing things that I don't want to do. And how fun that we have all these opportunities. I mean, the talent that they have gotten on here has been phenomenal. I've learned so much. I've had so much fun. And even for me, some of the stylists of retail places, how fun to learn from others. That is the best way for us to learn, even if it's somebody that does the same thing as you. We're all different. We all have different ways of doing things. So I love it so, so much. Okay, a few more comments in here. Wanting to see if you have boots or sandals with your dress. I do. I just got these too. Aren't they super cute? So these I got from BSW. I think they're Steve Madden. Can you see them? I can't even tell. I can't tell. And then the dress is from my shop and the belt is from my shop as well, which is ishainspired.com. So you can always take a look at that because I am a wardrobe consultant and I'd love to get dressed up and have cocktails with girlfriends. Let's see here. Lemon drops and apple martinis. Ooh, I do like a lemon drop. I do like a lemon drop. Or Cosmos. Anybody have Cosmos still? That's kind of like, you know, the iconic one, right? Love all the recipes. Yay. Carmen, what's a Henry Colada? What's a Henry Colada? You got to tell me. This is something I need to know. Apple rum is good with Coke. Simple. See, I love simple, right? So these were a little, you know, it's a little bit of work, but not really because you can pre-make these things and then you could use them, right? So you can definitely use those up and put them in other things, right? The simple syrup you can use in all kinds of things. You could even put it in your tea probably to give it just a little kick in your tea. Yeah, so super easy to do these things. So yay! Does anybody have any questions for me? I hope that you are tuning in all week. There are so many great things happening this week with Girls Night and just to celebrate just women, right? So much fun stuff. And then Thursday, I believe, is the actual birthday and there's some giveaways and some fun things going on. So you will want to register for sure for all of those. I still want Henry Colada. So somebody has to tell me what the Henry Colada is. But ladies, I do so appreciate you. If you these earrings. See, I'm like, we got to talk fashion, right? Yeah, these actually aren't. I'll tell you a story about these because this is how I am with fashion. I'm not a name brand person. I don't care what you're wearing. I really don't. I don't have name brands in my store. It's more about really great quality at a really great price. These earrings, does anybody know Charlotte Russe? I don't even know if they're open anymore. It's like totally this young store. Everything's really little. But they always had great jewelry. So I would go in there and get jewelry. I got these earrings for $2.99 like 15 years ago. And what's funny is since I moved here to San Diego, they used to be gold and now they're kind of tarnished because I'm near the water. There's so much salt in the air that they've kind of like turned this tarnish. They change colors as they go. I wish that I could manufacture these and have somebody make these for me so that I could just, because everybody loves these and they're so cute on everybody. So someday, that's my dream. That's my dream to be able to do these. So yay. So happy birthday, Girls Night Live. Everybody give them a happy birthday. I so appreciate you girls being here with me. I got plans this afternoon, obviously. I'm going to be having these little cocktails, but definitely follow me on social media. Let me know if you try one of these or if you try something different in them. It's so much fun when we do that. Ooh, Henry Colada, though. According to Google, orange, pineapple, coconut colada with caramel and Hennessy. I'm down. I would totally try that. We might have to try that next time. So yay, you guys. You are so awesome. Have such a great week. We will see you here in Girls Night in, and you can unmute yourselves and say goodbye, or if you have any questions, I would love that. But thank you for spending some time with me on this Monday.